All right, everybody. Welcome to the Hockey Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. My name is Talon Jenkins, joined with our hosts. We got Ryan Gilbert and Joel Meyer. Gentlemen, how the hell are we doing tonight?
It's a cold, dreary, rainy day here in Philadelphia today. Apparently, I guess it stopped raining because the Phillies are playing now. But yeah, I'm doing pretty cold, pretty dreary, pretty rainy. You know, just going along here as the Flyers fall out of a playoff spot, as my betting picks go to shit. So yeah, I'm just trudging along here, taking it a day at a time.
Yeah, it's a similar situation here. We had three days in a row of nice sunny weather here, but that's too long for Vancouver, and the rain is back. So yeah, same situation. We were talking about Dune last week, I believe, on the show, and I got around to watching both of them on the weekend, and I was massively impressed. Just the power, like the scenes where they're showing all the troops and all the machinery lined up, and like the chanting, and like that shit really appeals to me.
Awesome.
Like in the Two Towers when Saruman, a new power is rising for all the Uruk-hai. That's so fucking cool. I love shit like that. So yeah, awesome shows. Like really impressed by him. Denis Villeneuve, a French director. He's done some other good work, and I'll have to explore more of his films because that was really good.
Maybe on the old HGP website, we can get Julie's reviews all posted up in a nice, pretty place, eh? That's a good idea.
That's a good idea.
I like that. I'm doing good. Yeah, you know what? It wasn't really rainy, windy in Toronto. It's been very windy the past couple of days, which has been kind of weird. Last night I was working midnight, so I was gassing up the payloader and shit, and fucking I couldn't believe it, dude. It was howling. I opened the door, and like the door's on hydraulics, and even then the thing would barely open. I'm like, Jesus Christ, we got sugar flying over everywhere. It's a fucking train wreck, man. But yeah, anyways, we're almost there. It's almost summertime, right? Like, I don't know. Jolie probably gets warm in Vancouver pretty quickly. Ryan, I'm sure you're similar to what we got going up in Toronto here, right? So hopefully we'll get there, boys. Keep on keeping on. All right, tons of stuff in the world of sports. What do we jump into? We got 5 games in the NHL. We're going to get digging into that. We got the Masters next week. That's going to be absolutely electric. Stoked for that. We're going to dive into that one of these shows coming up here as well. What else is going on? We got NBA. They're doing their stuff. March Madness is starting to wind down. What is it? The Final Four for both men's and women's? How we looking there? We good?
We're good. Yeah, I did a lot of covering what happened on the weekend on yesterday's show. But but UConn, we're big on UConn. Hopefully they get the job done. Don't know what's going on with the woman. Sad to see LSU lost, but whatever. Caitlin Clark, yeah. Huge game by her, I guess, like 40 points, something like that. And Zach Edey, a huge game by him, like the Canadian guy, 40 points for Purdue and their win over Tennessee. So. Yeah, it was more fun games and a couple of fun games to bed.
UConn's still going to win?
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
They're like minus 200.
Oh, shit, eh? Yeah. It's like Scotty Scheffler plus 450 to win the Masters. It's fucking insane. What else? Baseball is going on. There's a lot of talk going on in the world of baseball. It's unavoidable living in Toronto, man. Gilbert, everything. I know let's set record straight here. You are a baseball fan. You are a baseball advocate. If you ever want to join Joel and my other podcast, Baseball Money Well Baked, we'll be sure to extend the olive branch. But what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to coming on that show sometime and joining you guys there. But baseball's been good. Phillies finally got a win on Sunday. Lost yesterday. I think they're winning right now. They got a Bryce Harper home run, but the first baseball doesn't start till like May or June. These first games don't count. It's fine. It's just teams still finding their footing. So make sure you check out the MLB Gambling Podcast. So subscribe to them. Those guys do a great job over there. You got Manaf, you got Mal from England is on that show. So make sure you check out the MLB Gambling Podcast. Subscribe, listen to those lads.
I heard the fans don't care about the sport until like May or June. Like, no wonder.
Why are they even playing it? For 162 games.
I heard that the first games were blacked out. Like there weren't any national televised games. Blackout games. Nobody gives a shit about your sport.
Oh my god. Well, I'll tell you what, I heard one thing, and maybe this will cheer you up, Ryan. I heard the Mike Trout is going to be like, fuck this. Get me out of this goddamn terrible organization out there in Anaheim. And you know where he wants to go? Where he's born and raised. Where he's from. Philly boy coming home, right?
Go get him. Go get him right now.
How fired up would you be? Would you get hammered?
Yeah, that'd be a fucking super team. I mean, the Dodgers have a super team right now, but we'll see if Ohtani stays out of the suspension waters there. But yeah, if Mike Trout came to Philadelphia, that would be incredible.
I gotta be honest. If I had to pick one baseball team, I'm going with the Braves. I'm a big Alex Anthopoulos guy. He's my boy. Respect him a lot. I've listened to him on a lot of podcasts, a lot of radio shows. He's very down to earth, well spoken, polite young man. And we got something in common, myself and Alex Anthopoulos. You know what that is? We were both fired by fucking Mark Shapiro, that cocksucker. So, my boy, Alex A is my.
What were you fired for?
Well, I was fired along with 299 other Rogers employees during COVID, so maybe it's a bit of an asterisk on that one, but I stand by it. We got something in common. Yeah. All right. That's what's going on in the world of sports. Let's move down to our lock dogs and totals here from last show. Boys, look out here. 3-0 for myself, up 4.2 units, 420 blaze it. Ryan went 2-1, up 1.13 units, and Joel went 1-2, down 2.2 units. I'll kick us off. I'll go through this here, man. I had a decent showing. My money line, or sorry, for my lock, I had Vegas Golden Knights money line versus Minnesota -122. This was the biggest sweat ever. Vegas was absolutely horrendous in this game. It wasn't good. Jack Eichel got tossed, I think, at the beginning of the second period for spearing, which was absolute horseshit. Anyways, Minnesota was up like 1-0 with 5 minutes left in the third. Vegas tied it up late. And then I believe this was the game where Minnesota pulled their goalie in overtime. And then, Marchessault got the job done, which means they forfeited their loser point, which is an interesting thing. Anyways, Vegas won 2-1 in OT. For my dog, Ottawa Senators on the money line versus the Winnipeg Jets. The Winnipeg Jets have been slumping. Obviously, they had a big win last night. Against LA, I think it was. But before that, they were like 0-6 heading into this game. And the Sunnies, they're doing what Ottawa does, like we always say. They just get people fired up at the end of the year, and then they still suck. But they won this game 3-2 with a late goal by Brady Tkachuk with, I believe, like a minute and a half left or something like that in the third for the win. And then for my total, Rangers, Arizona, over 6 plus 102. This was just an absolute shootout. What was the final score? Is 8-5 New York. So just pucks going in. Our boy Vajmilk had a tough outing, 6 against. Lafreniere with the hat trick, which was pretty funny that happened when it did. And then my boy Logan Cooley had a couple points in that too. I need him to get more points than Slavkovsky by the end of the year. So overall, good showing on the over there.
Yeah, for me, my lock was the Leafs -162 at Buffalo. A little bit juicy there, but they got the job done 3-0. I'm seeing they got outshot 34-22. So big
Sammy played well.
Shut up by Samsonov there. My dog, Capitals +140 at home against the Bruins. Took them to a shootout. I can't be mad at that at +140. And my total hit easily. Hurricanes, Canadians under 6 -112. I think it was a 3-0 final for Carolina as they gear up for the playoffs.
Right. Another tough goal for myself. Lock was the Kings in regulation against the Flames in the night game. The Flames dominated this one. I mean, the Flames continue to fuck me over. Can't get them right, no matter if I pick for them or against them. Kings were not the right side at all. Flames are all over them. And no, I don't remember what the final score is, but the Kings were never in it. Dog, speaking of never in it, Flyers -1.5 against the Blackhawks. Blackhawks stomped their ass 5-1, one outright. Another bad bet. And my total was the Predators Avalanche over 6 -125. This is the only good one. 7-4 final. The Predators got out to an early lead. Avalanche stormed back. This is a no doubter. So at least I got one right out of the 3.
Hell yeah, that was a good over. Remember we were pumping each other up in the Discord that night.
Yeah,
hell yeah.
All right, we are brought to you by Cut. Cut is a peer-to-peer social betting platform that's U.S.-based and available in 40 states. Peer-to-peer social betting is a new and better way to bet. You can bet on anything against anybody. They have tons of fun social features that give it the feel of a betting social network, like group chats, leaderboards, head-to-head history, user profiles, fan groups, and more. Cut offers lower vig and fully customizable odds. You can create your own bets. Cut also handles the payment side of things, so you never have to chase anyone down for money. And you get cash back every single time you bet against your friends or other users on Cut. So download Cut today or in the App Store or at cut.com. That's KUTT, and use promo code SGPN for a 10% deposit bonus. And of course, make sure you check out Underdog Fantasy. They got their best ball playoff out there as well for hockey, but also they're the easiest place to play fantasy sports. It's also the fastest growing fantasy app in the industry. Pick whether your favorite players will have a higher or lower stat total for a chance to win over up to 100 times your money in a single night. Sign up today with promo code HGP and get your first deposit doubled up to $100 as well as an instant pick'em special. Visit underdogfantasy.com or find them in the App Store with promo code HGP for that first deposit doubled up to $100 as well as an instant pick'em special. Must be 18 years or older and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-522-4700 or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
All right, boys, we're going to move into our 5-game slate set here for Wednesday, April 3rd. Little baby slate here, a little chihuahua. Are we ready to rock and roll, though, or what?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, first game on the docket here. We got a pretty sweet game. Playoff battle from last year. We got the 7 p.m. time slot. We got the Tampa Bay Lightning against the Toronto Maple Leafs. Game itself is in Toronto here. Bolts on the money line sitting at plus 110. Leafs on the money line sitting at minus 130. Over-under sitting at 6.5. Over paying off minus 118. The under minus 102. Two teams playing some pretty damn good hockey right now. I know everyone's not as bullish on the Lightning as I am, but they're 8-1-1 in their past 10 games. They're playing absolutely fantastic. The Leafs, I think they're 6-3-1 in their past 10 as well. They're getting the job done too. I think they're on like a 3-game winning streak or Sat Riley for this one, even if he is feeling up to him. Just give him some more time. Joel Edmondson's still out as well, so the injury bug is prevalent among the Leafs lineup. These teams always battle it out, man. Like Kucherov always shows up for this game. Point does. The big boys, Matthews, always shows up against Tampa. Tavares has a good track record on this team. It's going to be a hell of a game. I'm leaning Toronto, though, man. Like, I don't want to sound stupid, and I know I say this every year, but something feels a little different this year, bro. I don't know what it is. Both teams are exceptional. Both teams are kind of in the same standing when it comes to division records at close to 500, a little under on either side. But yeah, just from the play I've seen out of Samsonov, he's expected to get the start. From the looks of it, he's going to be the guy for the Leafs heading into playoffs. He's had exceptional games as of late. So I'm going to be taking the Leafs minus 130 over under in this game. These ones have a funny way of just being an absolute shootout or absolute low scoring. I'm going to lean towards the shootout here because, defensively, Toronto's been slacking. Sergachev's still out for Tampa Bay as well. Last time these guys played, it was a while ago. It was a 6-5 final. I think we're going to see a lot of shots on goals. Kucherov's going to be throwing everything in the net. Matthews the same way. So look for those guys' shots on goal totals and give me the over 6.5 as well.
Yeah, I agree with all that. I like the Leafs here at minus 130. I like how the Lightning are playing. They're just not good on the road. They're 18-16-3 on the road this season. Had a decent road trip, out west. They went 4-1, but I mean they beat Anaheim, beat San Jose, lost to the Kings, beat Vegas, beat Florida. But there's something about these Leafs Tampa games that tend to be close. I do like the draw here as well, probably around plus 350. Both games this season have gone to overtime, 4-3 and 6-5, with the Leafs winning both of them. But the Leafs here, yeah, they got an injury bug going through the lineup. They got Elness, they got Marner still out, but they're finding ways to win. They're getting ready for playoff hockey here. But yeah, Leafs here minus 130, like the over 6.5. But yeah, Lightning are going to be a tough out in the first round. It's going to be a tough draw for whoever wins the Atlantic.
I said on the previous episode that the Leafs fans have a cycle going on, and then Talon once again reiterated that. That just feels a little different. But you know what? It kind of does feel a little different this year. Watching that Florida game, haven't seen this kind of bite in the Leafs ever in the Matthews Marner era anyway. So that's encouraging for them. They stood up to the Panthers, no problem. So that is certainly inspiring for Leafs fans going forward. They can at least look at that for some hope as maybe it will be different. But yeah, for this game, I lean to the Lightning. I don't have a strong feeling about it though. So give me the over 6.5 though. That's my favorite bet in this one. I know Vasilevsky's been very good lately, and the Leafs do get some good goaltending here and there. But yeah, with this much firepower on the line and the history of these teams, they do tend to generate a lot of chances. It's back and forth hockey. So yeah, I think the over 6.5 would be the best bet for this one.
Matthew's sitting at 62 goals with 8 games left. 8 goals in 8 games. What do you think? Is it possible?
Definitely.
Yeah, he scores in bunches. What's going on with the Leafs power play though? See, they're like
it is horrendous, dude. They're 4 in their last 46 or something stupid like that. It's terrible. Part of that, Mitch Marner not being around, but like let's face it, they're trying to pass the puck into the net. They're not shooting. It's absolutely but now they can't even get like zone entries and shit. It's fucking horrendous, man. But the thing about that is that they have the talent. It can change in a snap, right? Like, let's face it, but it's not looking good. And that's something they got to figure out coming into playoffs, man. And this is something, even just the injury bugs too. I know I don't want to go crazy leaf heavy or anything, but I'm doing it. But like, they got to get guys into the roster and figure out who's playing with who. Like, this is what I was talking to the Archer about last night in the Discord, like, they got to start playing games with these people in their solidified spots. And obviously with injury, that hurts, man. But you got to know what you have going in the playoffs. So that's a little worrisome for this team. I'm just going to throw that out there.
They got to start practicing.
Maybe have like a scrimmage or something. Maybe
blue and white game. Yeah, maybe. Moving down to the 7 p.m. time slot here, we have the New Jersey Devils against the New York Rangers. Game itself is in New York here. Devils on the second night of a back-to-back. They're playing. Who are they playing tonight? They're playing the Penguins. They're up 3-1 right now in the third period. Game itself is in New York rather. New Jersey on the money line sitting at +154. Rangers on the money line at -185. Over under sitting at 6.5. Both over under paid off -110. I absolutely love the Rangers in this game here, man. They've been playing some pretty decent hockey right now as well too. They're 7-3-0 in their past 10. Again, one of these teams that are just clicking heading into the playoffs, which is a good sign if they can keep that rolling. Division records, they're 16-6-0 this year, which is absolutely awesome. 26-10-0 at home. I don't got to say much more than that, man. Hammer the Rangers. My boy Lafreniere is going to get another hat trick. Over under in this game. Who's playing in net for New Jersey tonight? Do we know?
I guess believe it's Allen.
It's Allen, so we'll probably see Kakkonen then, I guess, tomorrow. Yeah, I don't know. I would lean towards the over. Like, New Jersey's, they can score. The 10th league when it comes to scoring, and the Rangers are 7th. They're putting the biscuit in the basket in droves lately. So, yeah, I'd lean towards the over in this game. Shesterkin has been good, though. Just when Crosby's not hitting them behind the net.
Yeah, love the Rangers here. -185 is probably okay to play, but I'm playing the puck line +130. Devils on no days rest this season are 3-10-1, 3-1 against the spread. After a win, they're 1-9-1, and they should win tonight, up 3-1 against a tired Penguins team. And the Rangers just own the Devils this season. Back in November, 5-3. In February, 5-1. And then last month, 3-1. So Rangers have won by margin in all 3 games. So I'm taking that here, +130. No strong play on the total. I would lean to the over, but I am skeptical of the Devils being able to score.
Yeah, Talon mentioned the first game was a rematch of last year's playoff matchup, and this one is also a rematch in which the Devils won in 7 games there after being down 3-1 in the series, I believe. That was nice. But yeah, not so nice this year. Back in the Devils, kind of lean to the Rangers here with the Devils on the back-to-back. They do have Kakkonen has been really good. He had a really bad performance, I think, in his Devils debut, but since then he's been excellent, but not a lot of support defensively. And the Rangers, coming off that loss, it was like an Easter Monday kind of hangover game against the Penguins after somewhat of not a long road trip, but a pretty long way to go out there to the West. So yeah, you can kind of excuse that loss there. So yeah, lean to the Rangers, but my favorite play would be the over myself. Just give me all the firepower in the world here. Like Talon said, 2 high scoring teams, and yeah, the Devils in the back-to-back going to be a little bit wearier and a bit more undisciplined defensively, and perhaps some penalties in this game. With it's a rivalry game, so we could see some power plays going on. So yeah, over 6.5 would be my bet once again.
All right, heading down to the 9:30 p.m. time slot here. We got the Edmonton Oilers against the Dallas Stars. Good game. Game itself is in Dallas here. Oilers on the money line sitting at +100. Stars on the money line at -120. Over under sitting at 6.5. Over paying off -105. The under -115. Rye guy, I'm going to toss this one over your way. How do you think this is going to play out?
Yeah, so this is a great game here. Potential first round, not for second round or Western Conference final preview here. I mean, Edmonton, it's like the Leafs. It finally looks like something's different with them, with goaltending, with defense and stuff. But I don't know. We've been talking about this Dallas team. Dallas's depth is just incredible. They've won 7 in a row now. Coming back from a road trip is kind of giving me some pause. It's always tough to back them, but they have had 3 days off now to kind of regroup a little bit. Meanwhile, Edmonton was in St. Louis Monday night, lost that one in overtime after beating the Ducks a few nights before. I think the Stars here, just a deeper team. I think the better overall team. Obviously, doesn't have the superstars that the Oilers do, but I think the Stars have enough depth to beat them here. So I like them at -120. For a total, I'd probably lean to the over here, the earlier meetings this season were both 4-3, one in overtime, but I haven't bet the total, just the Stars for me.
Going the other way here, give me the Oilers with the Stars coming back for that long road trip. Malinsky special going on. And the Oilers, after that loss to the Blues, they were kind of sleepwalking through the first part of the game. I guess they figured the Sharks just killed the Blues 3-0. They went up to give their A effort until they had to. And then they did do a great job in the third period, tying it up. And just unfortunately, just fucking dumb fuck play in overtime gave the Blues. Brandon Saad has 25 goals, by the way. That was quite a surprise. That surprised me. Blues have a bunch of 20-goal scorers, but I guess that's how they do it. And I heard that Jordan Binnington actually is like low key. He has the most goals saved I've expected this year. So he's been a large reason why the Blues are even fighting for the playoffs. They're 8-2 in the last 10 games. But anyway, we're not talking about the Blues.
Team Canada's goalie there, Jordan Binnington.
Honestly, probably though. Like that's the thing.
I can roll with it. Give me is Charlie Lindgren Canadian?
I don't know.
Oh, I think he might.
Is he?
I think I've heard people. I think I've heard people throw him out there.
He was drafted by
Montreal.
Montreal.
No, he's American. He's American.
Fuck.
I don't think so.
All right. Back to.
You'd rather have Charlie Lindgren than Jordan Binnington?
Oh, Martin Jones.
No, he's another option. It's another option. And Charlie Lindgren's got a long way to go. He's still a young guy.
He's like 28.
Is he? Okay.
Yeah, he's old as fuck.
All right, these goalies develop late, I guess. And, come out of nowhere. You just assume they're all like fucking 24. Anyway, give me the Oilers here. I like them better as the regular season team. We'll see what happens in the playoffs. And bad situation for the Stars coming off that road trip, winning a bunch of games comfortably. Oilers coming off the loss. I think they get the job done here on I think this will be national TV, either in Canada or in America. And that's another reason to take the over. We're gonna get some highlight McDavid here. I think both teams will be gunning for it to entertain the many fans in Canada and America. Unlike the baseball with their lack of national TV games on opening day. But we'll get some goals here. Over 6.5 and the Oilers.
Yeah, the Stars coming back after a road trip, that scares me a little bit. With that being said, I'm very bullish on the Stars team. I know they're on a 7-game winning streak. You look at some of the teams they're playing in that streak, and not necessarily the greatest level of competition. They beat the Canucks on the way there, but I don't think that matters. I think that everything's just starting to click for this Stars team, and it has clicked all year. But more so, just the emergence of Jake Ottinger, coming to and being the otter that we know he can be back there. He's been solid as of late. Oilers are healthy though. Like I don't think they have anybody injured right now. And they're starting to get a bit of depth touch scoring as well. My boy Connor Brown, I think he's got 3 or 4 on the year now. So let's go. Good for Connor. No, I like the Stars in this game a lot, though. I'm not sold on Edmonton, man. Yeah, I'm sorry. I watched this team's defense, and they got Bouchard, but this guy's a stick in the defensive end. He just can't do anything. He's a twig. Darnell Nurse, I still think, is a bit of a liability as well on the back end. They got Cody Ceci. I'm just not convinced. Everybody always gives the Leafs defense shit. Like, what the hell's going back there at Edmonton? Offensively, they're dynamic. They're unreal. They're probably arguably one of the best goal-scoring teams in the league. With the likes of what McDavid's doing this year at Draisaitl, any given year, Hyman, Nugent Hopkins as well. They got some killers up front, so I'm not worried about goal scoring. But I just think Dallas is an overall better team from a depth line per line matchup point of view. So I'm going to take the Stars minus 120. I'll be wary about it, like I said, about the whole home trip or coming back from a road trip thing, but I think they're the better team. I think the Oilers are getting bounced in the first round. Do the Knights, baby, like I said yesterday. Then over under in this game, I'm leaning towards the under. Ottinger's been better. Stuart Skinner has been fine. Kelvin Pickard's been fine. I don't think they're going to be great in playoffs, but I think for this game, they'll show up enough to at least keep this one tight. Expecting maybe like a 4-2 final or like a 3-2 or something like that. So give me the under. Zach Hyman over the number shots on goals has been like magnetic as of late. So that's normally sitting at like 3.5, sometimes sitting at like minus 105, even like plus 105 sometimes. So I'll be keeping an eye out for that as well. And then the Oilers get a shitload of shots, man. So maybe even look for like Ottinger saves over the number. And even the Stars, they get a lot of shots. So even the total shots on goal, it's probably sitting at like 60.5 or 61.5. I'll be looking for that over as well. Wouldn't be surprised to see some overtime in this game either. Okay, moving on to the 9:40 p.m. time slot here. We have the Seattle Kraken against the LA Kings. Game itself is in LA for this one. Seattle on the money line sitting at plus 150. Kings on the money line at minus 180. Over under sitting at 5.5. Over paying off minus 108. The under over paying 5.5. Over minus 108. The under minus 112. Our Sharks gave Seattle a little run for their money last night. It was a 3-2 game until an empty netter came through for Seattle. LA had a tough loss against the Jets. I don't know what to make of this LA team, man. I'm not really sold on them. The depth's there. They could go on a run. Cam Talbot has been fine as of late. As per this game goes here, oh, fuck, dude. I don't know. This is a tighty. Let me look at something. Both teams have been about the same when it comes to Pacific divisions. Neither team's really great at home or on the road. This is a toughie. I'm just going to take the Kraken at plus 150 here, man. Like, just give me the better odds. I'm not really sold on either team. Obviously, LA is probably the better team than Seattle here. Then over-under on this game. I hate that this number's at 5.5. I'm going to lean towards the over. We could be at like a late empty netter that kind of gets the deal done to hit for a 6th goal here. Both goalies have been fine, though, with Decord and Talbot.
Yeah, no strong feel on this side here. I'd probably lean Kings just because the Kraken have been shit over the past month, besides against the Ducks or Sharks. They're 3-7-2, and the 3 wins were 2 against the Ducks, 1 against the Sharks there last night, and they need an empty netter to make it a 2-goal game there. Kings coming back from a long road trip, a tough road trip. Got good start in Vancouver, but then lost in Edmonton, Calgary, and Winnipeg here. So I don't necessarily trust them here at minus 180. But I do like the under 5.5 at minus 112. Both of these teams have been allowing quite few expected goals against per 60, both in the lowest 7 over the past 10 games. And yeah, goaltending, whether it's Grubauer or Decord, is perfectly fine. And same thing with Talbot with the Kings. So under 5.5 at minus 112.
It's a good thing the Kings have a soft ass schedule coming up because they are only 3 points ahead of the Blues, I think with a game in hand, but the Blues could conceivably catch them. But if the Kings didn't play a bunch of non-playoff teams, I think the only one that's in the playoffs is the Canucks, and they don't have to leave the state of California. So Kings should be in the playoffs comfortably. But that said, they got to be on their guard. After losing 3 straight games, not good. So they should be up for this one. No, they came back from that long road trip. I'm not betting the Kings minus 180, so yeah, cancel that out. I'm just talking macro things here. Would lean to the Kraken just because of the situation. The Kings, come back from Canada, playing here 2 days later, not ideal. But I do like Ryan's under there. I think that's the way to go with the way that both teams struggle to generate offense and the Kings' elite trap system they play, and some capable goaltending as well with Cam Talbot, to speak nothing of Joey Decord on the other side, or Philip Grubauer, who's also been really good for most of the year.
All right, moving down to the 10 p.m. time slot. Final game on the docket here. We have the Vancouver Canucks against the Arizona State University Coyotes. Game itself is at Arizona State University. Vancouver on the money line sitting at minus 155. Yotes on the money line at plus 130. Over-under sitting at 6.5. Overpaid now plus 100. The under minus 120. Canucks on the second night of a back-to-back here. Jolie, throwing this your way. How's this going to play out?
Once again, we don't know what's going to go on in the Knights game tonight, so tough to get a read on this one. But if I had to play a side right now, I absolutely play the Canucks. The line is already, you could tell it's already baked in the back-to-back factor. I mean, minus 155 is very cheap, I think. Even with Solov's the projected starter, but he was great against the Ducks. I don't think either goal really is fault. Just 2 sneaky little Ducks goals, especially the one by Zellweger. Just give me the Canucks to minus 155. Lean to the under 6.5, but the Coyotes goaltending has been a mixed bunch in the past couple months, so could get good vag milk, could get bad vag milk, and
no,
could be a bit sour, could be fresh.
That's so gnarly, clumpy, curdled.
Yeah, the Canucks struggle on the power play and to generate 5-5 offense, so they are definitely geared defensively. So that's why I still lean to the under 6.5 here. The Coyotes are not a great offensive team lately. I know they've gotten a couple shootouts lately, but generally speaking, they haven't been involved in too many high-scoring games. So under 6.5 and the Canucks for myself.
I'm going the other way. I'm taking the Coyotes here. Desert Dogs in the desert. Canucks on a back-to-back. I think they're going to put a good effort out tonight against the Golden Knights, kind of a measuring stick game for them heading into the playoffs. Meanwhile, the Coyotes, they're just going out there. Yeah, they're playing shootouts now. 3 straight over games for them. Scored 6, 8, and 5 in their last 3. So, like the Coyotes here as some dog value at plus 130. Over under is tough because Canucks are an under team. Coyotes have been an over team recently, so probably not going to play that. Just the Coyotes plus 130.
Yeah, I'm kind of liking the Coyotes too in this one, man. Like Vancouver should win this game. Yeah, second night of a back-to-back. Little weary. Artur Silvos. Joel, who's this guy? Who's this backup goalie in Vancouver right now?
Silovs.
Silovs? What's his deal? What's his story?
Latvian? What's your story, bro?
Yeah, Latvian guy. He's been up and down in Abbotsford here, the Abbotsford Canucks. He's actually being outplayed by another goalie there, but they brought up Silovs because he's been around before, has a little bit more experience. And yeah, like I said, he had a great game against the Ducks the other day. No, you don't have to play a great game to only let in 2 or fewer goals against the mighty Ducks, but he looked good enough there. And Casey DeSmith is not exactly Demko either, so it's not a huge drop off, I don't think. So he should be fine.
I think there's going to be a bit of a culture shock here, like the not for the goalie, but the fact that the Canucks are playing in Vegas, which is arguably like the sickest fucking arena in the entire league, and then now they got to fly out and play in dinky little Arizona State University. So there's going to be a little bit of curveball thrown into the system here. I like the Yotes, man. How many more times are we going to be able to bet the Yotes at home, as dogs this year? So I'm going to be all over them. Hopefully, my boy Ingram can get the nod. That would be nice. I don't really love much else in this game, to be honest with you, but I guess I would lean towards the over just because we got some Latvian fucking plug, and then the Arizona State University Coyotes, who gave up 8 goals against the Rangers last night or 2 nights ago or whenever it was. So yeah, give me the over, give me the Yotes, let's go. Give me something stupid. Give me Logan Cooley to get on the score sheet twice, over 1.5 points or something at plus money. I need my guy to start getting it done for me. All right, consensus plays. What do we got here, boys?
Okay, we just got two overs. The Leafs Lightning over 6.5 minus 118, and then Devils Rangers over 6.5 minus 110.
That's it, eh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Hopefully
those that we all like. Hyman shots.
Joel loves a prop.
I know he does.
No. Matthews goal maybe, but that's probably like minus 130.
You know what? I was talking to Jess about this. If he gets to if there's 4 games left or 3 games left, and this guy's sitting at 66 goals or 67 goals, I'm putting $1,000 down on his shots on goal totals. Number's sitting at 4.5. If he's even sniffing it close to the end of the year, this guy's going to be throwing fucking 9 shots on net per game. So I'm just throwing that out there if we get to that point.
I'm gonna take a quick look at his recent. He
went under last night, but he's gone over a lot lately.
He had 5, 10, 9, 7 before that. So he's gonna let it rip.
And everybody's gonna be passing it to him too. They're gonna be looking for it if he's sniffing come the end of the year.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, we're brought to you by Hall of Fame Bets. Win bigger by betting smarter this season with Hall of Fame Bets, the sports betting analytics platform for parlays, player props, and game lines. Research every bet with historical stats and data. Enter any parlay idea into Hall of Fame Bet's revolutionary parlay optimizer tool to get hit rates broken down by leg, as well as the expected probability for the entire parlay. Sort all players by hit rate for any bet to learn which players are hot and which picks have value. Stop betting in the dark and join over 30,000 users researching with Hall of Fame Bets to craft more intelligent, data-driven parlays. Download the Hall of Fame Bets app or visit HOFBets.com and use code SGPN to get 50% off your first month today. Start researching, start winning with Hall of Fame Bets.
All right, we're gonna run through something pretty quickly here. We collectively as a show kind of forgot that we did this to start the season, but we were looking at our show sheet the other day and we're like, holy shit, we did an NHL Stanley Cup draft before the season even started. So we're gonna run through that right now. I think we each have 8 teams I think we picked. Yeah, it looks like that's the case. We did a snake draft. We're not going to go too big into it, but we'll run through who we have and, maybe some things we like or some things we couldn't believe were picked as early or so late. I don't know. Ryan, why don't you kick us off here? Go through your squad first.
Yeah, I had first overall pick. I took the Hurricanes. I'm liking that pick. They're the team I'm heaviest on. We went over that last night, Joel and I. My second pick then, 6th, I took the Devils. Probably the worst pick on the board there. They're not even making the playoffs, so definitely the worst pick. Got the Stars, though, at 7. I'm liking that one. Then down 12-13, I got Kings, which is solid. Penguins, shit. 18 Senators, shit. 19 Sabres, shit. 24 Flyers.
Ooh.
Shit. So
good enough. 24.
I have the Hurricanes. I got the Hurricanes and the Stars. I'll take that. I'll take that.
What's up with your new Russian goalie that's 7 foot tall?
I
What's
was
up
going to
with him?
ask you about him. You like him? Have you watch him play at all?
I've seen him in the KHL. He's a fucking standout guy. I know his regular season numbers aren't that great, but when it comes to playoffs, guy's lights out in the K, man. And they say goalie numbers are inflated in the KHL. That might be so, but the guy's 6'8" and can move like a monster. What more do you want, man?
I heard. God.
I heard Kevin Woodley today saying that the Russian scouts he talked to in the KHL, they love his composure. That was what they liked most about that goalie.
I mean, he was under fire the whole second period. That's when he came in. Tortorella fucking called everyone out, saying no one has balls to play in front of him. I mean, yeah, he had a Barzal breakaway. There was a 2-on-1. There was another 2-on-1 tip in front. Only goal allowed was Anders Lee. It was pretty much unmarked in front. Had a tip there. Yeah, good composure. I love the size in net. It's fantastic. He's getting me excited for the playoffs. Like if he goes in net, he's an unknown, so his potential is unknown. Which like Sam Ersson might be able to win a game or two, but Fedotov might be able to steal around. We'll see. It's getting me excited.
He's got to figure out what net to stand in overtime, though. That's the point.
Yeah. Varley, his countryman, had to send it to the other side.
Good on him.
All right, for myself, then number 2 pick, I took the Edmonton Oilers. Okay with that. They were the odds-on favorite to win the Cup for the season. They're right around there right now. Next up, we got the Colorado Avalanche. Good value there at number 5. Stanley Cup champions 2 years ago. Still a team in their prime and looking very good lately, despite a sleepwalking game through Columbus there. But the Blue Jackets won. After all the goodies the Blue Jackets have sent the Avs way over the years in trades, and including Chris McFarland, who used to be with the Blue Jackets. And then next up, I took the Bruins. Believe in their culture, think they'll get things done even with the departure of Bergeron and Krejci. Still like them quite a bit there. They're currently leading the Atlantic, and looking like the Panthers are going to lose again here. So the Bruins might even win the Atlantic in the end. So I did not expect that good of a result. So happy with the Bruins there. Next up, we have the Tampa Bay Lightning, number 11, a team that won the Stanley Cup twice in a row. The year before or 2 years before the Knights and the Avs there. So happy with that. Still have a lot of the same players, just a little thinner. Don't have a lot of depth. Once again, happy with that. 14 though, Flames. Fuck that. Big surprise there. I took them so early. I mean, yeah, this could have been a different season, but their defensive game just fell off, and Huberdeau only started producing late. And yeah, Markstrom kind of he was awesome for most of the season, but naturally after the trade deadline, when he thought he was going somewhere else, fell apart. So yeah, they're not making the playoffs.
He flamed out.
Flamed out, indeed. 17. This is a steal of the draft. It took the Florida Panthers at 17. I did not expect them to be fighting for the Atlantic Division title. Not expect for them to be competing for the President's Trophy, which they're not going to win now because they suck. As I was mentioned on the last episode, I think they're tired. Like they play playoff hockey like every fucking game, and now at the end of the long season, when the real playoffs are going to start, I worry about them. They really need some rest or something because, losing another game in Montreal today, not ideal. Hopefully they can turn things around the last couple of weeks because I do need them to go far.
Good practice team, though.
Yeah, that was one of the dumbest arguments on Discord, and that says a lot. Next up, Seattle Kraken, number 20. Not going to hurt about this. Most picks made this late are not going to make the playoffs. I thought that their depth would make a big deal. I mean, they made the playoffs tonight. The round before, they gave a Stars run for the money and beat the defending champs in the Avalanche. So Kraken at number 20, I was okay with that. Number 23, the Predators, another good pick there. They're going to make the playoffs. Second last pick in the drafts, and they probably won't even be the 8th seed in the West. So good team. I love them long term, and maybe they can make a little sneak run this year.
So for myself, for my first pick, 3rd overall, I took the Toronto Maple Leafs. I stand by this pick, man. I'm not gonna lie. I really think that there could be a run this year, so I stand by it. Hopefully they can get everybody together playing.
Lucy and Charlie Brown.
Yeah, my second pick, I had the snake here, so I got to go right next. I took the Vegas Golden Knights. Again, a team that I'm very high on still right now. Yes, injury has been a thing, but I think all that goes out the windows. I believe they're going to get in. Yeah, they're in third in the Pacific right now. Technically, they haven't clinched yet, so obviously anything can happen, but I think they're in good shape, and I think that they're a great matchup against the Oilers in the first round if that's who they play. So like the Knights at 4. My next pick at 9th overall was the Rangers, who I really like that pick. They're playing some tremendous hockey heading into the playoffs. Shesterkin's coming back into form. They have a solid 1A, 1B with Jonathan Quick and how he's surprised this year. Really like that pick. Again, on the snake at 10th, I had the Jets after that, which looked good, but then the Jets are doing what the Jets do every fucking year, is just burn out by the end of the season and start playing like shit, and could potentially get bounced in the first round here against, who would they play? I guess Colorado. Yeah, they would be fucked. So after that, 15th, I had the Canucks, which, yeah, could happen, depends who they play in this wild card spot here. It's not a bad pick, I guess.
Great pick.
15th, yes, it's good, but I'm starting to lose a little bit of faith in this team. I'm not going to lie. Demko needs to come back and start kind of playing, but they're a team that I think could have success in playoffs. I still think they're a little soft, but we'll see. 16th, I took the Islanders. Ryan's not going to want to hear this. I got the Islanders making it in, and I got Philly missing. So I think that this team, if they do get in, I think that they have potential to go on a run here, man, with that kind of shutdown style they play. I know Patrick Waugh has tried to change that up a little bit, but Dobson's been a killer on defense. If their goaltending can figure it out too, we know that the talent's there, but Sorokin and Varlamov. So if they sneak in, it had to be a miracle for them to beat one of these teams in a wild card spot, but still, it's on the table. 21, the Wild, they're fucked. They're out. They're shit.
One more thing on the Islanders, and you guys were laughing at me when I included them in my, my 5th tier of the contenders. But think about it like this: last year they took the Canes to Game 6, and it took an OT, like the worst goal Sorokin led in all year for the Canes to win that series.
You're right.
So, yeah, so the Islanders are legit, kind of.
Yeah,
they can boring a series to death and just win that way.
Yeah, Sorokin can out battle the other goalie. He's had like 10 days off now before this game tonight against the Blackhawks. Islanders just tied it there. So yeah,
they don't. If they lose the Blackhawks, they're not making it in.
Yeah, that's a tough one to come back from, bro.
Oh, I'm pretty sure Penguins are winning now too.
Let's go. I got them actually on money line, so let's go. And my 21st, I have Minnesota. Like I said, they could technically. I think they're fucked. No, they can't sneak in. But this other team that I had my last pick at 22nd was the Blues. There's a world where the Blues, sneak up and take down the Kings. A lot of things are going to have to go right. But yeah, there's a chance. It's an outside chance, but it's a chance. And if your last pick can get into the playoffs, like Joel said with Nashville, I think that's overall okay. So I think if we were to rank these, I think Joel has the best chances here with his squad. They're looking pretty solid there. Ryan, I'm sorry. I think I got the edge on you for number.
Oh yeah. I have Canes and Stars, and that's it. So I feel like that could be the Stanley Cup final matchup, though.
It could. There is a world where that is very feasible.
Probably close to the favorites in each conference.
Mm-hmm. The Kings can boring a series to death as well.
Yeah,
a little worried in between the pipes, though.
Yeah. Well, the Kings are so good defensively that they only allow in like 2 or 3 high danger chances a game. So that would just need to stop like half of those, and then they'll be okay.
Drew Doughty, number 5 in Norris voting, baby. Let's get after.
Talon, who do you want in the first round? You want the Panthers or do you want the Bruins?
I don't give a fuck, dude. Honestly, I'm so sick of this. Oh, give me this, give me that. You know what? We're not stuck in there with you. You're stuck in there with me. Who's going to be the sorry team that has to face the fucking juggernaut Leafs in the first round? Because I want whoever we get. That's all I'm saying.
Great content there. Thanks, Tally.
You're welcome. Well, what do you want me to say? Every time any Leaf fan says anything, we want Boston. The other half share, we want Florida. We get it held against us every other fucking time, anyways. So,
it's not who you want, but like, who do you feel like you match up against better with Boston or with Florida? Because I mean, we talked about it. Florida is kind of running out of gas now.
I think I don't want to fuck myself here saying this, but if you were to ask me who I want Florida. Like, honestly, I do. I really mean this. I think that with a healthy Joel Edmondson, Lyubushkin, if Ryan Reeves is in the lineup for a couple games, which against Florida, he probably will suit up for a couple of them. the likes of some of these other guys are throwing their weight around on this team. I think that we can out-bully them, man. And I think we haven't really full-on seen a team out-bully the Florida Panthers in a long time. Not like maybe Vegas. I think Vegas did a pretty good job of that in the finals last year. And I know the narrative with the Leafs is that we're soft and this and that, but I really mean it, man. With some of those depth additions that they have in there, they can tedious them, they can bully them, out-muscle them, and out-dirty them if they have to. And then from a talent-to-talent matchup, it's there. Bobrovsky scares me. Like, we've seen what he's done. He's been great all year long, and we saw what he did in playoffs last year. That guy was a fucking mutant in the net. Nobody was beating him. So that worries me a little bit. But between, there's a world where it's either the Rangers, the Bruins, or the Panthers. I kind of want Florida. But also, I do want Boston, though, so Gorgon would have to pay me $1,000, but that's it, too.
Paul Maurice needs to call his team a bunch of fucking pussies again, man. The Panthers are not looking good.
Yeah.
Get Keith Kachuk back on that radio show he was on.
Oh, yeah.
How come every time both those things happen in Toronto, Like, just the hockey mecca of the world, everybody hates it, but everybody knows that when they come into the city and they say anything anywhere, it's going to make noise. So funny how that one works. But
yeah. And then if you get the Panthers, I think the Lightning could take down the Bruins in the first.
See, that's what I was saying last night to Archer, is that I think that if the Leafs play Florida, they can take them down, and that would mean Tampa plays Boston. Tampa could take Boston down. But if it's switched and it's Leafs Boston, I think Florida is a better matchup against Tampa. I think they could beat the Bolts, and I think that the Bruins have a funny way of just being in the Leafs' kitchen, right? So I really feel there's a world where like Tampa and Toronto could move on, but if it plays out the other way, Florida and Boston could move on, if that makes any sense. I don't know.
Yeah. Thank God we got this fantastic playoff format where it's not just 1 through 8.
Great. Don't you love, the Oilers and the Knights going at it and, no, it's bullshit. I fucking hate it. But
here's a contrarian opinion. I like it. You know why I like it? Because we get to see the best teams at their peak form. Like, when you get to the conference finals, these teams are so worn down, they're so beat up already that you're not giving their best hockey. Round 1 is the best time of year because you get both teams at their peak of their powers going at it. Those are the best series in terms of like the pure, not in terms of like the tension, the drama, the suspense. That's obviously the Stanley Cup finals where every goal is like, worth like 5 wins. But like in terms of like just entertainment value, just seeing 2 elite teams going at it at the peak of their power, everyone's healthy. That's what I love. So in that sense, I don't mind seeing the best team play in round 1.
It's because your team wins the fucking division every goddamn year and gets to play a wild card team.
Yeah, that's because you're getting the fucking
Try playing Tampa and Boston 5 out of the past 6 years of your playoffs. Like,
fair enough. I guess I would feel a little differently than playing the strongest division the past 10 years.
That is probably the best counterpoint I've heard to it, though. Like,
it's fair.
You get the best matchups in the first round to like draw everyone in.
You're right, 100%. And the intensity level's through the fucking roof, man. Like, it really is. So everybody knows the first round of like NHL playoffs is the best thing in sports. I'm sorry, but it's absolutely electric. All right, boys. Anything else you want to? Anything else? Anything else on your mind? Anything else you want to throw in here? We can wrap this one up. Nope. Jolie, Lent over. Happy Lent. You're done. You did it. Right. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. We're letting Joel drink again.
Yeah,
we got to boost these numbers on our show, man. Come on, we gotta get in the green here. Hell yeah!
I know. Yeah, we got some catch up to do. I haven't finished in the black or in the red in the previous 2 seasons, so that's my personal goal for the next
keep
2
it green
weeks or so. Yeah, keep it green, baby.
I like that. I'm right there with you.
Keep sticky.
Yeah. All right, let's wrap this one up. Everybody go check out the Sports Gambling Podcast Network website. That's the place to be. Tons of stuff in the world of sports, baby. Obviously, we got hockey. Hockey's awesome. Tons of stuff. Masters coverage. We'll be diving into that maybe a little bit next week or something like this. Tons of stuff. Basketball, baseball, March Madness, football. I've been listening to a lot of football podcasts as of late. Good Morning Football is awesome. I'm a McAfee guy. I like listening to McAfee. It makes me laugh. My boy Marcellus Wiley has a nice show. So I've been all into football lately. Tons of stuff, man. You can find all that information at the SGPN website. Be sure to go check it out there. Read the articles. Ryan, you still doing your fantasy hockey articles?
No, those got shelved for April for the final. So
Okay.
hope you're on your own for the championship matchup.
So okay, DM me. I'm in my semis for both my leagues right now, yo. So we're getting pretty tight. I'm hoping that they can win both, and that'll cover my Montreal trip. So we'll see how this goes. Yeah. So read the articles. Everybody does an awesome job. Listen to all the other shows as well. And of course, shout out to all our friends and pals in the Discord. It's a happy place. It's a happy place full of happy people saying happy things, having happy discussions. No matter what anybody says, no matter whatever you read, everyone's happy. Like the camaraderie in there, we banded together against the fucking baseball nerds the other day. That's the camaraderie that we need to see in this channel, okay? And we don't need assholes like me going in there and fucking everything up. But with that being said, there might be a little bit of that too. So just be on the lookout. Just be on your toes. You never know what you're going to get any given night. And the little video chats that we do late at night are always fun too. I think are we the only channel that does that?
Yes.
Come on.
I'm pretty sure you can see even when we're not in there that all of the open channels, right? Because I think it's only there's two of them. Is ours and let me see what the other one is.
Nobody cares about Bryce Harper, whoever this PL is.
No, Bryce Harper 3 home runs, including a grand slam. I think I saw he's like the first or second player in history. So here we go. These games matter now. Let's go. Go, Phil.
Let's go.
Something called SGP Live. I don't know what that is, but it's that and Hockey Galley Podcast. We're the only ones.
We got to change it to Hockey Galley Podcast after dark because you're only in there late. You know, I like that. Anyways, tons of stuff in the Discord. Get your ass in there. If you're not in there, you're not making money. If you want to get in there, you can reach out to myself or Ryan on Twitter. Be sure to point you in the right direction. Or you can go reach out to our HGP Twitter account, social media assistant producer. He's a dog. He'll get you in there. He's a beauty. He'll tell you everything you need to do. Or what you can do is get your ass to the liquor store, baby, and you'll see our boy Joel just living there, just boozing. Not because that's where he works, but because he's fucking going to be there buying shit, too, because he's boozing again, and these fucking bets are going to start going green again. Hell yeah. And once you're there, you can buy a 2-4 PBR or some fucking whiskey or some shit like that, and he'll be like, yo, that's how you get in the Discord. Hell yeah. Buy a 2-4 PBR, we'll get you in the Discord for free.
If I leave any left for you.
All right, everybody. My name is Talon Jenkins. You can find me at Twitter at Talon_Jenkins94.
I am Ryan Gilbert. You can follow me on Twitter at rgilbertsop.
And I'm Joel Meyer. You'll find me watching the Canucks Knights tonight. That's going to be a good one. Potential first round matchup if things break the right way. We'll see.
Who do you got tonight?
Canucks.
Knights, baby.
I think I'm on the Knights tonight.
Let's go, Gilbert.
I don't know if that's a good sign based off how my picks did last night, but
you dick. All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Peace.